Alright, what is up everyone? I'm excited to share this team and do this showcase for you. I went 10-0 with this team today. So I used it for 2 sets, won every single game. The team is Alolan Sandslash, Galarian Moltres, and Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz benefiting from the Aerial Ace buff from the recent move update. And so you can see on the left-hand side there the top 10 Pokemon in PvPoke and the Great League meta. Going to see a lot of these in these battles, and this team does really well against the top meta Pokemon. And so it is kind of a classic, typical ABB team. You got Sandslash in the lead, Ice Steel type, weak to fighting. Weak to fire as well. There's not a lot of fire in the meta, but weak to fighting, and so you got two flyers in the back. And Mandibuzz with the Aerial Ace buff really improved quite a bit. Being able to get to Aerial Ace faster and have better matchups versus fighters is huge. And so, anyway, I loved using this team. It performed really well and is very fun to use. I understand Galarian Moltres is not the most accessible Pokemon, but we did get a Master Ball, and now we're getting the opportunity this season to get another Master Ball. And so I used my Master Ball to catch Moltres, and I have no regrets at all. Super fun pick, very strong in Great League Remix, and even here in Open Great League. So let's get into the actual battles now. They led Umbreon and swapped immediately to a Toxicroak, which is great because I got two flyers in the back, and so I answer with the Galarian Moltres. And I know that this move here is a Mud Bomb and it's not going to do very much, and so I no-shield it and farm it all the way down, and now I can throw an Ancient Power, survive one Snarl, and get off a Brave Bird as well. So I'm going to land two moves on the Umbreon. Umbreon's super tanky, obviously, and so it can take these moves, but get some really great damage in there, and then bring my Sandslash in, thinking that maybe they have another fighter in the back, but they actually have an Azumarill in the back. And so I kind of want to keep my Sandslash in this matchup and not swap out and do as much Drill Run damage and Shadow Claw damage as I can, and then get Mandibuzz to finish the Azu off and then clean up the Umbreon. And so I'm able to get quite a lot of damage done here by throwing multiple Drill Runs, and Azu just charges so slowly with Bubble and its charge moves, especially it's throwing Play Rough. I'm guessing it has Play Rough, Hydro Pump, and so I'm able to get a lot of damage off. Mandibuzz comes back in here, and I do have to take one Play Rough, but now this Azu's in range where it'll die to two Aerial Ace. And so the Umbreon also has pretty low HP where it's going to die to two Aerial Aces as well. So you can really see how Mandibuzz getting this buff to Aerial Ace where it can get to its moves quicker is pretty much what won us this game. Being able to take out the Azu and then take out the Umbreon with two Aerial Ace before it gets to another last resort. So really pretty huge deal for Mandibuzz to get that buff. We won a lot of games because of it here. So let's take a look at the next battle now. We are Sandslash against Steelix. This is a great lead for us. This is where we want to see a Steelix. And they threw after 4 Dragon Tails, so I know it's just a breaking swipe. And we're just going to try to time our moves well, throw on good alignment, and get these Drill Runs off. Even with the debuff, the drill Runs are going to do a lot. And so at this point, I got a flyer on Medi. They go Pup the first time. I was shielding the potential Ice Punch, and now I know this is just another Pup. So I no-shield this, and I can get to 2 Brave Birds. If they no-shield it, then I can Brave Bird the Steelix as well, and even though it's resisted, it's going to do quite a bit of damage. Brave Bird is just a stupid strong move, so still takes a pretty big chunk off there. And I got Sandslash back on Steelix with energy, so things are looking really good at this point. They had quite a bit of energy here, and so in case it was an Earthquake or a Crunch, I did want to shield it. And now I'm wanting to get off a little bit of chip damage on their Mandibuzz before I bring in my Mandibuzz. And so we have an HP advantage. We can easily win this. The game's pretty much wrapped up at this point. Plus, they're throwing foul plays instead of aerial aces, which is really interesting. I believe they're probably running foul play Shadow Ball for some reason. Maybe for the Medi matchup, since they're weak to Medi in the lead with Steelix, they want to have something that can really hit Medi hard in the back. And so maybe that's what they're doing, but reality is Aerial Ace does great against Medi. Being able to get to multiple Aerial Aces quickly with Snarl is probably going to do better versus Medi overall. So either way, we win this game. We get to throw an Aerial Ace here and knock out maybe one more Snarl after that or so, but a couple more Snarls. I just go for the Ice Punch instead. So good game, GG to my opponent. We had a good alignment there, and we're able to keep it. So next battle, we got a Galarian Zapdos, which is awesome. I swap right to my Galarian Moltres, and you rarely see both of these legendaries in the same battle. They're pretty rare, so kind of awesome to face off against that. I'm going to bait with Ancient Power here, and I know that they're not to a return yet, so I'm just going to let the foul play go because it's resisted, and I still get to a Brave Bird. So we'll see if they shield it or not. They let it go, so takes the Sableye out, and now we're able to get the alignment that we want. I can get my Mandibuzz on the Zapdos. I still want to shield a potential close combat or Brave Bird because it's going to do a lot. So I still shield that, and now I can get KO them with an Aerial Ace. If they shield it, I got another one coming right afterward. So Zapdos is gone, and we just got to see what they have in the back now. And unfortunately, it's another fighter. So they had an ABA fighting team. Aerial Ace is going to do a good chunk. I need another one to KO, but counter damage plus Sludge Bomb was going to kill, I think. And so I went for the catch and actually caught the Sludge Bomb on Sand Slash and able to get to the Ice Punch to knock him out. So good game, kind of close there at the end. Made a clutch catch for the win. And I believe that was the fifth battle. So, oh no, that was the fourth battle. This is the fifth battle. So this is the last battle of the first set. And we have a Pelipper lead. So this one's kind of interesting because they're going to be able to do neutral damage with Weather Ball, and it's significant damage. A-Slash is pretty glassy, right? So I go for the catch, and I don't want to take too much damage on Moltres, so I shield the next one, and now I'm going to start throwing Ancient Powers. Super effective damage. They shield it, and so at this point, I'm going to let Moltres go. I don't quite get to another move, unfortunately, but I have energy banked on A-Slash. So A-Slash with energy, pretty powerful. I think that, yeah, they let this go, and they can get to one more Weather Ball. And I don't want to burn my last shield yet, because they still have two Pokemon in the back. So it's a Deoxys. I swap to Mandibuzz. They're going to have to throw, Rock Slides or Thunderbolts to really threaten my HP, so I think it's worth a shield. And we're able to get off this Dark Pulse. I do really like running Dark Pulse instead of Foul Play. You have Aerial Ace for a lower energy, lower damage move, and Dark Pulse is nice to have for just a bigger move that can hit hard. So, that does a lot of damage to the Swampert. We live the Hydro, and I can get to an Aerial Ace and then almost make it to... Okay, we do. We make it to another Aerial Ace, first Deoxys, and now I can swap and throw an Ice Punch or a Drill Run for the win. So, pretty great team synergy here. I love just how quickly you can build up to powerful moves with all three of these Pokemon, honestly. Dark Pulse is a strong move. You got Brave Bird on Moltres, Drill Run on Sand Slash, and in this set, I actually am using Payback instead of Ancient Power, and so that's the move that's actually listed on the right. So Ancient Power I used during the first set. In this set, I try out Wing Attack Payback Brave Bird. Payback, another just very hard-hitting move, and it's a move that can do neutral damage to Registeel, and it's nice to have a hard-hitting move that doesn't debuff you. So I wanted to try out this moveset as well, and I really liked it. I think it is the moveset I'm going to continue to use moving forward, so I plan on continuing to use this team, and just really like, yeah, Wing Attack, Payback, Brave Bird, solid moveset. So anyway, in this battle here, they got Poliwrath coming back in, throw a Drill Run, get to another Drill Run, and then I'm going to be able to close the game out with Mandibuzz at this point. Whether they have Ice Punch or Scald, Dynamic Punch, it's going to take more than 2 moves to kill, and all I really need is these 2 Aerial Aces, or Aerial Ace and a couple Snarls. And so I'm going to live this move, and then I'm at my next move, and we win. And so Mandibuzz is just so bulky, so tanky, can do really well with being able to get to Aerial Ace that fast. So next game here, we got a Medicham in the lead, so a terrible lead. We swap right away to Moltres, and they answer with Toxapex. And so here's a great example of when it's nice to have payback. Ancient Power is just not going to do that much damage to Toxapex, and if you go Brave Bird, then you're debuffing yourself, and they can, double shield if they need to, and keep their alignment with Medi aligned against Sandslash. So whereas in this case, with Payback, I'm able to do a good amount of damage, not debuff myself, and then farm them all the way down, and I had to go down shields, but I'm able to get the alignment that I wanted and kind of reorient the whole game. So I actually get to 2 paybacks against this thing before it knocks me out. And now I can get my A-Slash on the Ferrothorn, and I can get my Mandibuzz on the Medicham. So this is wonderful. You're going to see now what it looks like for Medicham versus Mandibuzz in the 0 shield situation. So they're throwing counters and Ice Punches. We're doing neutral Snarls and super effective Aerial Aces. One Aerial Ace does quite a bit, and with the Snarl damage, I think I'm going to be able to take this thing out, before it gets to the next move. So Mandy being able to take out Medi in the 0 shield with Snarl Aerial Ace is awesome. So able to win that game as well. Next match, we have a Bastiodon, which is great. Basti leads are, for the most part, like auto wins with this team. So whether it's Grass Hole, and they got 2 grass types in the back, we got 2 flyers. If they have Medi Sableye, we got 2 dark types for the Sableye, 2 flyers for the Medi. Whatever they're running in the back, we have good answers for. And so, honestly, a great way to climb in the Great League is to just build a team that beats, Basti leads, that is going to have answers for Sableye and Medi, or 2 grass types in the back, and you're just going to get top lefts from those. So we love Basti leads with this team. It's glorious. Next game, we have a mirror match. Well, they have the Shadow version, and so I have a good IV Shadow A-Slash, but it has Frustration. So I need a Rocket TM event. And until then, I'm using the non-Shadow. I actually really like the non-Shadow, but would love to see how the Shadow performs on this team. It was funny. We both went for the bait in the first charge move, and then we both went for the catch on the second one. And this works out nicely for us because, again, we got Payback doing so much damage. And I think I should be able to live this Weather Ball. So we keep the alignment, but they are going to get to farm me down and get 2 Shadow Claws worth of energy. So now they're ahead of me. And they bait again. So we're in a bad spot right here. I go for another bait. I get the shield, but they're going to outpace. So they're at the next drill run before I get there. But shields are down now, and Mandibuzz against Venusaur in the back. And even if this thing hits me with a Sludge Bomb, and then they hit me with an Ice Punch, we're going to live that because Mandibuzz is so tanky. So shields down, we're actually in good shape now. I can Snarl this thing the rest of the way down, and then Dark Pulse the A-Slash. And I'm going to live the Ice Punch. So we win. Pretty awesome. Worked out really well, even though it looked kind of sketchy for a little bit. So we love those games. Games that look sketchy and turn out to be wins. So next battle here, another Bastiodon lead. Again, we love these. We already know how it's going to end. Anytime we see Basti in the lead, we win. It's just waiting around until they either top left or force us to finish them off. So we do want to shield the flamethrower. Yeah, this is about the time that they switch, right after they throw the first charge move, and then we're able to catch a foul play on Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz has such a dominating matchup against Sableye, especially when you're running Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse Mandy does really, really well here. I'm going to be able to land the next Dark Pulse. I don't have to shield return. It doesn't do enough to really threaten a shield. I can land the next Dark Pulse and then snarl the thing down. Bastiodon's going to come back in. We get to land a Dark Pulse on the Basti as well, so get a little bit more damage. And bring A-Slash back in, and we can throw an Ice Punch. I think they actually shield this. They wanted to get off one more charge move here and threaten my last shield, which is fine. I have a lot of energy. It's worth protecting, and they got Venusaur in the back. I could double Ice Punch, but I wanted them to know that I had a Galarian Moltres, so I switched to that to farm down, and I almost was able to Brave Bird for the last move, but I overtapped, and so, rip. But able to get another 5-0, so 10 straight wins in a row with this team. So much fun to use. Solid matchups against the meta, and auto wins versus every Basti lead. So hope you enjoyed the battles. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give the team a try if you have a Galarian Moltres. If you don't, keep using those daily adventure incenses and use your Master Ball. The thing's worth it. You're going to get another one anyway. So anyway, thanks for watching. Y'all be blessed.